Okay, Team GB here with a new deck list every Sunday. So today is branded Despia, slightly budget. First card is of course 3 Albaz. You're not playing branded without 3 Albaz, depending on what you are playing with the branded engine. The Despias do need the 3 Albaz. Basically, just this is the monster you need with the branded fusion and everything. Most of the branded fusion monsters need Albaz as material. Next one is the Alba. Basically, this just searches the. So when you normal summon it, it searches the branded fusion.
Or if you already have branded fusion in hand, then you just search branded in red.
Search branded in red or any
else.
Branded spell trap.
Yeah.
And then if you don't find Alba in hand, you can use strategy, either banish it or send it to grave via card effect to search your Alba or any Despia monster from your deck to your hand. Either if it's banished or sent to grave, that's basically all it does. It also gets you into the Despia fusion monsters. Then we also play the Agent combo, so we have 3 Agent chains. Basically, if it's discarded, you add a Fight Foe card, spell, or trap card from deck to hand. Then if it attacks you, I think summon another one or add another one from this to hand. Pretty good. Don't use the attack effect though. You need them in the deck. Hand, 3 Ghost Spell. Most of the decks right now do graveyard effects. So like, you need the Ghost Spell.
Yeah.
For the thing, so 3 Ghost. 2 Ash. Right now, Ghost Spell is doing better, but Ash is still needed.
Yeah.
You know, negates the thing. Just hope your opponent doesn't activate this when you activate Branded Fusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 Albion. Just send a branded spell trap from deck to grave, add that to the bottom, draw a card. If you send a branded spell trap from hand to grave, you can summon that. Yeah. I will use the deck effect, the one to send from deck to grave, no.
Yeah.
Then the one that sends from hand to grave. Now for the single monsters, I have 1 Dramaturge.
Yeah.
Basically, if an extra deck monster was summoned, while this card's on the field, you can target a monster on your opponent controls or on the field and negate its effects. And then if this card is used from the hand or graveyard as fusion material, no, if it's banished or sent to grave from the hand or field as fusion material, you summon it back.
It's also just a big beater.
3000k, yeah?
Yeah.
3000k. An ad libitum. Basically, same thing as Dramaturge, but instead, if it's banished or sent to the grave from the hand or field as fusion material, you target a Despia monster that is banished or in your graveyard, or a level 8 or higher fusion monster, summon it back. It's pretty good to redo your Mirror Jade. Bestial Sonia. Bestials, this literally gets you into the branded spells that you don't have, and then it's just banish it, summon it. It's dragon.
Yeah.
Nib. Most decks, some decks these times do like a bunch of summoning, so Nib can like help you a lot. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it backfires. No way to get rid of the token, you know. Joel. I only have a single Joel right now.
Yeah.
Basically, it just stops most decks in this format right now. Just send this when your opponent adds a card from deck to hand. Send this. Chain. He cannot add cards from deck to hand for the rest of the duel. Again, branded fusion, 3. You're not playing branded unless you're playing 3. Basically, this is the go-to. It sends from deck to grave. Fusion materials, from hand to grave. 2, fusion summon 1 monster that lists Fallen of Albaz as material. So, of course, you need to use Fallen of Albaz as a thing. And then use the tragedy if you don't have Albo. You know, Fallen of Albaz plus any monster you want from the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 Super Poly. I don't have much Super Poly targets in the extra deck, that's why I'm only playing 2. But it is pretty good.
But you could play 3.
Yeah, you can play 3. This is a 45. If you want 46, that's fine by me. I just don't have enough sleeves to make it 46.
Bruh.
So, but yeah, you can't. Your opponent cannot change. Neither player can change to this card. So basically, just activate Super Poly, just fusion off their boss monsters. Literally, just thank you. Just free bulk. Fusion their boss monster off for one of your own.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
You could also go normal summon your Fallen Abbas effect, send any card for cost, they chain Imperm or something, negate it, then you go Chain Link Tree Super Poly to use one of their extra deck monsters plus your Fallen Abbas to make the Mirror Jade.
And then you still get the
You still get the monster.
yeah.
No, you don't resolve the Fallen Abbas. Okay, it's not on build anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to make sure. 3 for Patrick, basically you add basically this is a once per turn, sadly. Basically you add one of the edging chains and 1 polymerization from deck to hand. Basically, if you get into branded fusion or any of the fusion, you have this. So it's a Despia monster. Like, let's say you have Tragedy and a Dark Monster in your hand. Activate this. Fusion those 2 into one of the Despia fusion monsters. Activate Tragedy's effect. Add the elbow. Normal elbow. Get the fusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good. And then, of course, you can't have the combo without 3 polys. Basically, if you don't know, you use this a lot.
Yeah.
Just fusion summon. Fusion. This is the GOAT fusion card.
Yeah.
Pretty good. 2 branded in red. Basically, you just add Fallen Valbas or a Despia Master from graveyard to your hand, and then fusion summon
Yeah.
from hand or field. Pretty good. Go into your Despias, because this is a quick play. So go into your Masquerade if you want. If you're able to, go into your Masquerade during like the draw or standby phase before your opponent activates anything.
Yeah.
Because like Masquerade, he activates anything, inflicts 600.
Yeah.
Branded lost. Each time you fusion summon, you add a Fallen Valbas or monster list Fallen Valbas from deck to hand, and then the activated effects of your cards that fusion summon cannot be negated.
Yeah.
But your opponent cannot negate the activation, but they can still negate the effect.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Brandon High Spirits, I don't know what this does.
Oh my god.
No, I just got it yesterday, okay?
Yeah.
So just reveal 1 monster from the hand, send a level 8 fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard with the same type that has 2500 attack or defense. Then you can apply this effect, discard the revealed monster, and if you do add 1 Fallen Valbas or monster list that Fallen Valbas in its text from deck to hand. During the end phase, a fusion monster was sent to the graveyard this turn, which, of course, it has. You can add this card from your graveyard to your hand. You can only activate this effect once per turn. So basically, send your Bestial, send the Albion, so you can get 2 branded spells during the end phase. It's pretty good. Gold Sarcophagus, basically if you don't find Tragedy, you banish it by this effect, get the effect to add the elbow, normal elbow. That's basically all you use it for.
Yeah.
And then, Called By. If your opponent ashes the branded, make sure you have hope you have Called By in hand, negate dash, all that. If not, then if they have a card that targets a monster in the grave to summon it back to the field, Called By it, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then Branded Retribution, basically you send this off of the, you send it off of this guy. So you send this off of this guy, and then banish this. So you draw the card by this effect, banish this to get the branded fusion or any branded spell trap from grave back to your hand. Basically, it's continuous. And yeah, and then if it's set, you can send Then when a spell trap or monster effect is activated that includes an effect that special summons a monster, return to the extra deck one face-up fusion monster you control, or 2 fusion monsters in your graveyard that mention Fallen of Albaz as material, and if you do, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. So basically it negates a card that special summons.
Yeah.
It is
So it can negate your opponent's branded fusions. Yeah.
activate branded fusion. Oh no, I don't have Ash. Okay, go.
Yeah.
On your opponent's turn, he activates branded fusion, branded retribution.
Yeah.
And then for the extra deck, right now I have. Oh no, I forgot to organize.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
So 2 Mio Jade, pretty much just 2 Mio Jade. It banishes the cards, and then during the end phase, if your opponent destroys it by card effect or by battle, because of an opponent's card, you destroy all monsters your opponent controls during the end phase. However, just so you know, if you are doing it in like a locals or an official tournament, when this card is sent, activate the effect. It has to be activated when sent to graveyard. It cannot be. It resolves during the end phase, but it doesn't activate during the end phase.
Okay.
It activates when sent to the grave. Just as a warning, okay? I learned that the hard way. To Rebellion. Basically, this is the card you usually go into from the Banded Fusion. Just send Fallen of Albaz plus a Tragedy, go into this. Discard a card, go chain link 1, chain link 2, chain link 1 Tragedy, chain link 2 this. Discard card, fusion summon into Mio Jade, and then Tragedy effect, go into the Alabo. It's pretty good. You can't summon monsters other than fusion monsters, but just for you to know, all cards in this extra deck are fusions!
Yeah.
Albion, the Branded Dragon, basically you send this off of the Mio Jade. Just so, like, this, send it to grave, during the end phase, get like a Branded Fusion or a Branded in red, set the Branded red, Branded Retribution, whatever.
Well, you can set it during the end phase.
Yeah, you set it during the end phase, that's what.
You,
Yeah.
you can't.
What?
You can set it during the end phase?
Yeah. You can actually set one Branded spell or trap directly
my
from
bad.
your deck.
Yeah. My bad.
Okay.
I forgot about that one.
This is what people are saying I should get rid of. 3 Masquerade. I'm probably going to keep them because it's pretty good, okay? You have all 3 engraved on the field, okay? Each time your opponent activates a card effect, your opponent loses 600 for each card, for each Masquerade on the field. If I have 1, it's 600. If I have 2, it's 12. If I have 3, it's 18. Well, 1,800.
Yeah.
And this can get it back, but it has to be fusion summoned to have its inflicting damage effect.
Yeah. And also, it doesn't activate, so you can't negate it with something like Appaloosa.
Oh,
Or Bronze. Yeah. And it can also summon itself back.
Yeah. Wait. Titaniclad, send it off of the Mio Jade.
Oh, shit.
Send it off the Mio Jade, summon the Fallen of Albaz during the end phase. Fusion summon using your opponent's monsters, you know.
True.
And Albaz.
Yeah.
Next will be my 2 Despian wield
Quartus
name.
or something?
I call it Despian wield name.
Quartus.
Yeah, so basically during the main phase, quick effect, I can tone all monsters other than level 8 or higher fusion monsters on the field. That means yours and your opponent's. 2-0. And then basically, hope you have a boat of fusions, attack, for game sometimes. And I think it has another effect. So if this card is sent to the graveyard in its owner's control, leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, I can add to my hand or special summon 1 Fallen of Albaz or Despia monster from my deck. So I can only use both effects once per turn.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Protoplanet Dracospelia. Basically, 1 fusion monster, 1 dark monster. Basically, it's negate. Once per turn, negate.
You make it with the Super Poly, or you can also use it with your own monsters.
Yeah. So, you can use it with the Libellion, you can use it with Granite and Red, Poly, whatever. It's a continuous negate. Basically, it's the counters that have the effect, not the. No, it's this.
Yeah, so while they control a counter, a monster with a counter, its level becomes a 2,
1.
and then... No, 2. and then it negates the effects.
No, it becomes level 1 as long as it has a predator counter.
Fuck you.
Okay, so yeah, but here's the thing. I played Cubic, so I thought like the counter is what, because the Cubic's counter is what gives it the negate, but this is what but the Predator Planetary Superior is what gives it the negate, not the counter.
Yeah.
So this places counters, and then this is the one that negates the
Yeah.
monsters with the counters.
So even if this one leaves the field, the counter still stays.
The counter still stays, but it gains its effects
Yeah.
back. Solving Venom Fusion Dragon. Your brother got mad at me because I summoned this.
Yeah.
Basically, when it's summoned, you can target one monster your opponent controls.
Oh, it doesn't target.
Yeah, it's non-target effect. So basically, one monster your opponent controls, he gains attack. Not original attack, but the current attack.
I thought it was original.
No, it's not.
So I thought like you can't steal my nib token's attack. But
yeah.
Yeah.
He had a 11,000 nib.
yeah.
I wish I had a way of getting it off the field and then attacking with this, but
Yeah.
sadly no. I didn't have Mirror Jade.
No.
So yeah, and then it gains the effect of a level 5. And then once per turn I can target a level 5 or higher monster my opponent controls. This card becomes that name, plus its effect gets changed to that monster's effect. During the end phase. Till the end phase, sorry.
Yeah.
Of course, Mud Dragon of Swamp uses this with Super Poly, or Poly if you can't. And then basically, it's target protection for all monsters of the same type. Pretty good.
And it changes its type.
It changes its type.
Well, attribute.
Yeah, attribute, sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah, and then, Guardian Chimera.
It's the last card in the extra deck.
Yeah,
You make this with the Fright for a Patchwork
yeah.
thing.
The Poly. The Poly.
And the Edgem Chain and then 2 other monsters.
Or you can do it with Branded and Red.
Yeah.
Basically, you use 2 monsters from field, 1 from hand, or if you want, you can do 2 from hand, 1 from field. Basically, let's say you do 2 from hand, 1 from field. You draw 2 because you use 2 from hand. Pop 1 card your opponent controls because you use 1 card on the field, and I don't think it targets.
How many cards you lose from the hand, you draw that many. How many cards you pop from the you use from the field, you lose that many.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty simple.
Yeah. It cannot be targeted while Poly is in the graveyard.
And you usually almost always make this with polymerization.
Yeah.
Except other decks like Branded Chimera that will use Chimera Fusion to make this, then it doesn't get the target protection, but almost always
And
it has target
I can
protection.
use the Branded in Red to summon this.
Yeah.
Which I most sometimes don't use.
Yeah?
If it's like needed and I need this on board, then yes, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright guys, well that's it for today's video.
Later today we might be doing another deck list.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that
Yeah.
if you want. Have a nice day.
Yeah. Alright, bye.
See you later. Bye.